What's up, guys? This is Jeff with WINBIGPICKS, and today I'll be breaking down my top four NFL picks for Sunday, November 16th. Real quick though, before we get started, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on all the winning plays we're dropping here every single day. And speaking of winning, yesterday we go 3-1 on the picks from the video. We're on a 9-3 run the past 3 days. The guys that hit for us, as you can see on the screen here, if you tailed the slip, you won as well. We had Gunnar Stockton over on his passing yards. Whether you took him with the discount or at his regular line, he hit for us, tearing up that Texas pass defense just like we thought. And then Trinidad Shameless, less than his fantasy score there. Like I said, it was just too high. I thought it would be more of a Kawan Lacey day, and it was. Lacey, he ended up rushing for over 200 yards and three scores, to keep all those fantasy points away from Trinidad. And then Matt Zoller's less than 15 and 0.35 on his fantasy score. That was a bit of a sweat because he did throw two touchdowns early in the game, but after that, it was all Ahmed Hardy because Ahmed, he had a day too. Over 250 rushing yards for him. The Missouri defense, too, also had two pick sixes in this one. So all of that, kept the ball out of Zala's hands and allowed us to hit. Now, outside of those free picks, we did go 9-4 over in VIP. So if you're over there and you got some winning slips, for the future, send them to that email address we got or put them over in the Discord. We'd love to show them off in future videos. And if you want to get a free month of VIP, I'll tell you how here in a second because over on Chalkboard, if you want to sign up with the link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, they'll give you a free pick and they'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $100 on your first deposit. The best thing about Chalkboard is they got daily boosts and they're one of two DFS apps that let you cash out mid-game. So say you got like a four-man slip going and the first three guys hit, you don't want to sweat that last guy. Well, you could cash out early and take the winnings. And as for that free month of VIP, just send a screenshot of your first deposit you make on Chalkboard over to the email address here. It'll be a free month of that. Link to the winnable down below. If you can't get the free month because you're already on Chalkboard or one of the other apps I'll mention later, we'll give you 75% off a week, knocking this down to just about $10. Use the code THANKYOU at checkout when you do. And we still got the NFL and college season pass. Every pick from today right through Super Bowl 60 texted right to your phone. That's marked down for the last few months that we got here. And then elsewhere, we get the NBA season pass. That one got 8 months worth of value crammed into 5 months worth of price. We made most of our money last year off the NBA. That trend is continuing. So hop on that while you can. Only 19 remaining. Now, on to today's picks. And you've seen them in the thumbnail. And we're taking Travis Kelce, more than 42.5 receiving yards. They're still kind of disrespecting him with this line because he's gone over 8 out of 9 games this season. If it was up, in the 50s or something, I'd be more hesitant to take it. But when it's that low, I think we got a good shot of this happening. Going up against Denver on the road, Kansas City, they are still favored in this one. I think as they should be, because even with that loss for us, a couple weeks back versus Buffalo. They seem to be back with the return of Rashee Rice. That offense is cooking a bit more. And Denver, as far as they go, yes, they're a tough matchup. But I think unless Denver wins this game, they're still going to be seen as just like that little brother to KC, where they're like, all right, yeah, whatever, that's nice, you got a better record, but get out of here, we're still KC. So I think that happens today, especially with that low line. Should be able to hit it against them last year. Look back at the season before, well over this in the 2 games from that year as well. And then looking down at the receptions and targets, outside of that Vegas game where they didn't, they rolled them 31 to nothing. They didn't really need to pass too much. He's been getting a significant amount of targets and receptions in the last 5 weeks. So should be enough thrown his way to get this no problem. So Travis Kelce, more than 42.5 yards. Looking elsewhere, I've seen it at 44 on Prizepicks. You could take it there too. If it gets up above, if it gets near 50, it shouldn't move that much. That'd be a lot of blind movement. So you should be good to take them pretty much anywhere. Obviously, if you could find them lower, definitely take them lower for the right price. So Travis Kelce, more than 42.5 receiving yards. We are on it. Next up, think of Joe Flacco and would take him to throw the ball 40 times today. Because that's what the Bengals do, whether they need to or they don't need to. That's pretty much their offense is throwing the ball. Joe, as you can see here in the 4 games that he's with Cincy, well over this in 3 out of the 4, included once already versus Pittsburgh. Threw it 47 times in a shootout there. I'd expect the same thing today, just because Cincy's defense is just still atrocious. Looking at the scores of these other games here the last couple weeks, giving up 39 to the Jets, giving up 47 to the Bears, just ridiculous. So whether Cincy moves the ball, tries to move the ball early, or they got to play catch up late, it's gonna be through the air. Why wouldn't it be? They got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I'd be throwing the ball too. Their rushing game is not, they haven't really been able to get it going just because they've been down so much. And it hasn't, even when it has been got going, it has not been that great this year. So through the air is where it's going to happen today. You get this at slightly better than usual odds on underdog as well, if you want to take it there. Elsewhere, it's pretty much at 39. Wherever else you look. If it does drop to 38 somewhere at good odds, definitely take it there. You can see other quarterbacks as well. 4 of the last 5 have gone well over their line in these games. First, the Steelers, that's another thing. The Steelers defense, their pass defense, through the air, just giving up a whole bunch of yards. You can see that last, when it comes to passing attempts allowed, looking at the yards too, last in the league, passing yards allowed per game. So, that could be another one if you wanted to pivot. Pivot to that. It's at 255. He's hit this 2 out of 4 with the Bengals here. Joe has. So if you want to take him for the yards as well, I'd have no problem with that. But I'm going to take it for the pass attempts, more than 39.5. And just pausing real quick here to tell you guys about some more free stuff, because they got a bunch of it over on Betr. Sign up with our link below and the code WINBIGPICKS, and they'll give you a free $10 just to walk in the door. Then they'll give you a 50% deposit match up to $200 on your first deposit, meaning if you throw in 400, they'll give you 200 on top. And then for tonight, we got the Jared Goff free pick. Just needs 1 passing yard to get that one. Should not be an issue. And then the other news, a couple weeks back, the payout changes on Betr. 3 picks, now 6x, 6 picks, now 35x. The 3-pick one, that's huge. A lot of other apps, you're not going to get, you might get 5.5 at best. But 6x is up there with the other couple of the other top apps in the industry. Other changes, their promo credits now pay out the same as cash. Then they get the mystery multiplier. You just do a 2-pick lineup, spin the wheel. You can win up to 1,000x. And if you don't win 1,000x, the lowest you can get is 3x, the same as a regular lineup. So there's no risk at all. It's all upside on that one. And then speaking of upside, if you want to get crazy with it, throw a 7-pick, 8-pick lineup together. You can win up to 10,000x. You'd have to use some of those alt lines they got on there to pull that off, but it can be done. Again, all that, the link below, and the code WINBIGPICKS. And then the other guys that were with Warner Parlay, best app for team picks, especially if you're stuck in a DFS-only state. Use our code WINBIGPICKS, the link below. They'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $250. That's the highest deposit match I've seen on any of these apps out here. But again, when it comes to team picks, they're the best at it. A couple other apps are venturing into the team pick, foray here. But they do not have the amount of picks you can select on their apps, and they have worse requirements. So team picks, spreads, money lines, team totals, first to score, first half spread, game to go to overtime, all the picks like that available over on Warner Parlays. Check it out with our link below. And the same thing applies. If you want a free month of VIP, just send a screenshot over your first deposit on Warner Parlay or Betr. Now, back to the picks. And also, if you want a free 7-day trial of Outlier, the software we're using here, to break everything down, use the link below in the description. But next up, taking Ted McMillan. We're taking him less on his fantasy score of 9.75 over on Underdog. And he's only hit this, he's only gone under in 6 of 10. But he is on the road today, and on the road he's under this in 4 or 5. And the matchup, pretty tough today against the Falcons. They've got one of the top-ranked pass defenses in the league, and they get after the quarterback as well. Bryce Young, QB for the Panthers, his passing yards line is only set at 166 and a half. And for good reason, because he hasn't been getting it done. And the rush defense for Atlanta, 29th ranked in the league. I think they're going to see a heavy dose of Rico Dowdle today. So I think all that spells disaster for Ted here. He's not going to hit this unless he scores, But the thing with that is he's only scored twice, and that was in one game, versus the atrocious Dallas Cowboys pass defense. It's the exact opposite here. As you can see, number one when it comes to receiving yards allowed for the Falcons. The thing with Underdog as well is they only give you half a point for reception, as to other apps that pretty much all the other apps give you a full point. That's why it's 12 over there on Pro. If you want to take it over there as well, with that big of a discrepancy between the two, you definitely can. But if he doesn't, provided he doesn't score, this one should not have a problem hitting. So Ted McMillan less than 9.75 for that Underdog fantasy score. We are on it. And then last up, take Cam Ward, and we're taking him less than 58.9 on his completion percentage. You get at that line on Underdog. It's pretty close elsewhere, 58.1 on Prizepicks. Started on Boom at 58.5. But, those all may seem close, but again, every point counts when it comes to stuff like this. And as for why we're taking him, he's under this in 6 of 9 on the year, included one already against Houston. Houston's been a nightmare for opposing QBs when it comes to complete passes. The last 3 all gone under their completion percentage. Just overall in the year, too, they are number 1 when it comes to allowing passes to be completed. Now, even with Calvin Ridley back for the Titans, you think that might provide a boost. But, we just type in games with Calvin Ridley here. Let me check it out. And under this in 4 out of 6 games. So having him there has not really helped that much. And I think it's going to be another tough one today, because whether it's through the air or on the ground, Houston, tough to move the ball on. Again, as you can see, just that first game against them this year, just nothing going for the Titans at all in that one. I don't expect it to be that bad, but Houston is favored in this one. So with Cam's track record here on the year, he should go under this again, because it gets close to game time. Definitely check the lines. If it drops to 57, 56, may want to use more caution with taking it again. But if it goes up, goes up to 60 or something like that, definitely take it there. But 58.9 should go under that, no problem. And just showed you guys a couple slips I've already put in. Did this one over on Underdog. Added a little 60% boost on it. So we're trying to turn 3 picks into 9.7. Flacco over on the passing attempts, and then Cam and Tet under on their stats here. If you're not on Underdog, I want to get a little sign-up bonus. Just use the code CARPSY151 when you do. And then this one, put it over on Boom. We got Kelsey over on the yards. Jamar Chase, a discount pick over there on Boom. And then one of the NBA picks I'll be pointing out later, Zubac over on his points. Big men versus the Celtics have just been scoring on them at will, and I think that happens today. So free NBA pick for you if you've watched this far, and get in early on that before I post it later on. Elsewhere, if you want free money, you can download the Pick It app because they'll pay you to do it. You just got to use the code WINBIGPICKS and download with the link below. When you get it, they'll give you $3 right to your Venmo or PayPal. There's a chance that $3 could be $100. It is free to download. It's free to make an account. They're gonna give you money when you do it. There's nothing to lose. There's everything to gain. You cannot lose by downloading this app here. It's great to keep track of your picks. You can check out our history over there. Look us up at Carpsy151. You can see up about 287 units all time. Doesn't matter the sport. We've been crushing it. Also, if you want more insights and analysis, you can find me on Discord. I'll be posting those NBA plays later over on the Discord, as well as on the Winnable. The guys at Doghouse Picks, I'm teamed up with them as an analyst. They've been crushing it so far this season, both the NFL and NBA. If you want to check out what they're done, I post pretty regularly over there as well, giving out free VIP picks there too. So check it out. The link is in the description for the Discord. And that is going to do it for us today. I'll be throwing out the VIP picks pretty soon, as well as the NBA, a couple NBA free picks. But then for tomorrow, we got Monday Night Football, Dallas versus Las Vegas. Should be a high-scoring affair in that one, one would think. And then there's 8 games of NBA action as well. So plenty of money to be made tomorrow. For now, though, let's green out for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.